Hi girlies, welcome back to my channel. This is a get ready with me video and I'm going to show you how I achieved this look, so keep on watching. Today I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit. I'm going in with my skincare first to prep my skin so that my foundation looks very flawless. This is the Water Bank Blue Hyaluronic Serum by Laneige. I started having a skincare routine 4 years ago, and when I started I was in Europe. The very first skincare that I was exposed to were American brands like these. But then, after a year of being consistent with those, I didn't really notice any major changes. In fact, my skin got kind of worse. I had blackheads over here that wouldn't go away for a year. And then, I went back to my country. I went back to Malaysia and I went to facial. They extracted all the blackheads. I had a lot over here and a tough one over here. The extraction process was quite painful, but it was really worth it. Then I figured I need to try new skincare. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about what skincare to try. I gave up on the drugstore skincare brands, so I jumped right to Laneige. Now I'm going to put on the Water Bank Blue Hyaluronic Eye Cream. After a year of being consistent with Laneige's products, the Blue Hyaluronic line, my skin got so much better, and I think it's just that I needed the Asian skincare and
not the American one.
I got a lot of compliments from strangers about my skin, and because of that I knew it worked and I started recommending it to my friends as well. But let's not get it twisted. I have this skin not only because of my skincare routine but also because of my diet. I was taking supplements as well, and I was eating well, and I keep myself hydrated as well as I can. Now I'm going in with the cream by Laneige again, and now that I've moved to Europe, it's quite hard to find this brand, and because of the weather here, it's very drying. Hyaluronic might not be the best option. This is how hyaluronic acid works. So it takes the moisture from the air into your skin. But if the weather is dry, like in this country, it would take out moisture from your skin, and that's quite scary. But if I'm at home, you can kind of see the water vapor, and that's from my air humidifier. So as long as there's moisture in the air, you're good. I'm still in the lookout for a skincare that will suit my face, but still searching, and I'm not yet ready to move on from my Blue Hyaluronic by Laneige. Oh, by the way, it's called Blue Hyaluronic because it also shields your skin from blue light. I'm someone who always works in front of the computer, so I need that extra shield. Sun rays can damage your skin, but so can the blue light from your screen. If you're someone who spends a lot of time on the screen, you might want to consider this line. Now I want to put my lip plumper. This lip plumper has hyaluronic acid and it is by Kiss Beauty. This was a gift from my mother and it's great. It really feels like my lips are being injected. Before serum, put toner, and then after serum, you can put the emulsion. Emulsion is just a more liquidy version of a moisturizer, and it's supposed to absorb faster into your pores. I'm going to put my foundation on. This is a foundation stick from Makeup Revolution. I recommend this brand. I've been using it since a decade ago. I found out about this brand when I was traveling to the UK, and I've been using this brand ever since. So that is the foundation. Now we're gonna go in with the concealer. I'm using Shape Tape by Tarte. It's my favorite concealer in the shade 22N. I learned this tip recently. You need to use a dense brush. You really need to pack the concealer in there so it doesn't look cakey on your face. You see the difference? Now I'm gonna go complete the other half. And I'm done with the base. Now we're going to do our eyebrows. I've been doing my eyebrows since I was 17. It used to be something that I cannot live without, and I would not leave my house until it's on. I was watching a lot of MUA YouTubers and I just wanted to look like them. But then I stopped caring too much about makeup because I was focusing on my studies. After completing my IB, I started doing makeup again because I had the time. Mind you, I didn't have a skincare routine until a few years ago. I don't know how my skin was surviving, but it did. And at that point, people even asked me what my skincare routine was, and I was like, water and a good diet. I think diet plays a huge role into how your skin would look like. Your skin depends on the health of your gut. If you don't really watch what you eat, you can't really expect a good skin. I know my eyebrow pencil is this short. I have the exact same one unopened, but I'm waiting for this to finish. I've had this pencil for like a decade. I bought this in London. This is Brow This Way Professional Pencil in the shade Dark Brown by Rimmel. My brows used to look like this. Yeah, and that's the only makeup routine that I would have to go out. Anyway, I'm going to do a straight brow look. It's going to be very different than what I'm used to. I feel like straight brows is giving soft girl vibes, and arched brow gives like dark feminine vibes. Ever since I got married, I am really living the soft girl life. If it doesn't look very straight, we're going to correct it using concealer later on. It's kind of straight, but let's make it straighter. I'm going for the straight thin brows look. You need to make the front part a bit messy. You see how it transitions? It needs to fade like that so it looks more natural and you don't have just a block on your face. Okay, now we're going to clean it up by concealing it. If your concealer is light and you don't want it to be very pronounced up here, just use your foundation. You have to pack the pigments onto your brush so it actually transfers well onto your skin. If you watched my last video, I talked about how you need to change up your looks when searching for a man. Certain men are attracted to certain types of look, so it really depends on how you dress and how you present yourself, how you put your makeup on, and what perfumes you choose to wear, and what places you go to. I hope this video can inspire you to try out different looks. I'm going to set the brow and make it look cleaner by using this shade to just smooth it out. You know, this is my hack for you. Use powder to make it look even more flawless. So I'm using this eyeshadow palette by Dazzle Me, Cosmic Eyes. It's the same one that I used in my previous video. And now I'm going to go in with my concealer to just clean it up really well. This is how it looks like right now. I'm going to finish up the other half. This is so different than what I'm used to because I would always go for the bolder, thicker, and arched look. And this one is the complete opposite of it. The brows are done. I'm quite happy with it. And now we're going to darken everything else because I'm kind of looking like a potato. First, going to go in with the blush. This is my cream blush. It's by Anas. This one is a Malaysian brand and it was a gift from my mama. I usually like to put a lot of blush. To go with the soft girl look, we're going to make ourselves look very shy. You know, very woo. These are the areas I would put the blush on. And now we're going to blend. To give a more lifting look, you should put the blush right on the cheekbone up here and pull it upward to where your eyebrows end. I never put my blush on here, by the way, and I like how it's giving a wispy vibe. Now that we added some color, a little pop of color, we're going to snatch our face. I hit pan already with this contour palette, but this was a darker contour shade, but I used to be a bit more tanned, so now I'm using this and this one is the lighter. So I like to just mix them both, and soon it's gonna be time to buy a new contour powder or cream. I like to mix both of these together. I really want to coat this brush, you see? Yeah. Now we're going to place our contour here. You don't want to put your contour too low because then it looks like you have a droopy face. So you have to lift it, give it a lifting look. You see there's a difference already. I like to blend the eyelid area towards the end of my eyebrows and my cheeks, so it looks more natural. It's not a whole lot of color just clumped together at random spots, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do for the other cheek now. Snatched. I don't usually contour here, but for this video, let's do it. I would like to see some color on my lips, so we're going in with Pure Color Lipstick Cream in the shade Intoxicating by Estee Lauder. This was a gift from my aunt. It looks super dark. It reminds me of Black Cherry by Clinique, but then when you put it on the lips, it's not dark. It's like a perfect berry color. You see? It looks like you ate a bunch of blackberries and cherries. Perfect. This is just to create shadow, to give it a more voluminous effect. It is a very subtle detail, but it makes a whole lot of difference, you know. Look. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to also contour our nose area, this part, because it needs to blend. You see how this one is a little bit fierce looking? Because this is not blended. You have to make everything else darker so your eyebrows don't really stick out like a sore thumb. And then go in with the same shade. Light strokes on here. I'm really into drawing, especially portraits of people, and I noticed the American or European facial structure is very different from Asian because they have a really deep eye socket, if you know what I mean. So I really like that look, and I would also want to go for that look. This makeup look is a mix between soft girl and dark feminine, I would say, and I think it's really fun. It's really playful. It's giving mysterious. See, I like to blend it like this. So now it looks more put together, and this one is just like bloop. There's one color here, one color here, one color here. So you have to put it all together by contouring, putting some color into it. Now we're gonna do the other side. Light strokes to begin with, remember. See, now my eyebrows don't really look like it's very dark. You need to know color theory. Have you seen those videos? If you have a darker skin tone, the lipstick would look so different on you. But if it's on a lighter skin girly, it will look super dark. That is the nose contour. For the eye makeup, this is what makes the look. So I haven't really done this, but we're going to go for a bolder makeup look, and we're going to try to extend our eyes. You see, because of my Asianness, I have this part where I always try to cover it, but in this makeup look, we're going to make use of it so we can make our eyes pop and make it larger than it seems. First step is I'm going to use tape to make it look clean. We're going to put it right here. This is the first time ever I put tape on my face. The first time was for my nikah, and my sister did that. I think that is a good angle. This time I'm going to use my new eyeshadow palette, also given by my mother. The shades are beautiful. I always start with a lighter shade first. Putting a light shade on before the darker ones just creates a smoother base for other colors, and it makes it easier to blend also. We're going to go for a look that is in between bold and soft, okay? I really want to use these eyelashes that I got from the drugstore in Malaysia, and we're going to match our eye makeup with these fake lashes. So now we're going to go in with pinkish peach color. Okay. It doesn't add too much, but it gives some color. You need to trust the process. You just need to build it up slowly, like how you watercolor, you know? So now I'm going to go in with a darker shade, but it's a more muted color. This one. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the vibe it's giving. It's giving mature, soft girl. Now we're going to deepen the color at the side so we can see more of the snatched effect, okay? This one, we're gonna go with a dark brown here. Ooh, that's actually quite pigmented. Okay, we're going to blend it, okay? Blend it, blend it, blend it. See? Ooh, I like that. Ooh, very pigmented, this one. If you're asking where I'm gonna go after this, well, to the supermarket. It's better to dress up and look extra than to dress down. Dressing down is the past me. Because now I understand you always need to put effort into how you present yourself to the world. Because I'm creating a first impression to everyone I walk past and talk to, and I never know who I'm gonna talk to. In my experience, when I walk in the streets of Europe, the girlies are very generous with their compliments. They would stop me because of my outfit, because of my makeup, because of my perfume, and I really like that. I feel like us girlies should do that more, you know, just compliment each other. It would really uplift our mood. I wasn't always a confident woman, so it would take time for me to even do that. When I got back to Malaysia, I feel like girlies need to experience this and we need to spread more positivity to the girlies, so I also started doing that myself. I would compliment girlies on their perfume, on their outfit, on their makeup, whenever I actually like them, you know? I want to go just a bit darker at the edge, so we're going to go in with the darkest shade on this palette. It's time to take off the tape. Wow, that is snatched, alright. Wow. Snatched. I like that. It gives a very lifting look. I'm really into it. But I feel like it took some of the blush away, so I'm gonna go in with the same brush that I used before. That's more like it. We could stop here, but no. Let's finish our lip because I realized I only did it on this side. I'm blending it upwards to create the shadow. And for the bottom one, I'm going to blend downwards to create shadow as well. For lip liner, I'm gonna use the waterproof lasting 8-hour lip liner by Devage. I don't know what shade this is because it doesn't actually say it on here. It's this shade. I actually really like how that looks. I'm going to finish my eye makeup. I'm going to use the Judy Doll Hyper Sharp Eyeliner in medium brown. Now, I'm someone who loves black eyeliner. There's something about lighter shades that make it look more natural. I'm going to use this Snatchedness as a guide. I'm done with the eyeliner. Now we're going to add some shimmer. I think this shade of shimmer would be really good for this look. I'm gonna use my pinky. Okay, that is really shimmery. I like that. Okay, I like that actually. Let's do the other eye. I really like this shade. That is perfect. Now we're gonna do our under eye. For the under eye, I'm going to go back in this palette. How did that get ruined? Anyway, I'm going to go in with this shade, a darker brown, to really pronounce our under eye. And I'm going to now use this Asianness that I always cover to extend it more. So I think that's already opening up my eye. Let's do it for the other eye. That is how it looks like. Now we're going to go in with our lashes. For the glue, I'm going to use this Black Fix for Eyelash by Koji. I've never used this one before. It's brand new. Let's put it on. We're gonna put the first piece on. I'm going to extend it, okay? So I'm gonna put it here. Here's the second one. Here we go, the third one. I think it really makes my eyes pop more. Look at the side-by-side comparison. Now I'm gonna do the other eye. Alright girlies, the lashes are on. I really like how it looks. Now we're going to lock everything together with Eyelash Mascara in black. I think that looks beautiful. This is the before and this is the after. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video and subscribe for more. Bye! I got changed and now I'm gonna go to the supermarket.